Omaha, Nebraska. The madness of March continues today with our first men's game of day 2. It's the Jamestown Jimmies taking on the Pilots of LSU Shreveport. Now, obviously, this game is going to be a tough one for Jamestown. Both teams coming in on a little bit of a hot streak. Jamestown with a big win yesterday. LSU Shreveport, only one loss on the season. They lost to LSU Alexandria by 2 points. This is a team that knows how to score, they know how to rebound, and they've dominated all season with barely a blemish to their name. How does Jamestown approach a game like this and come out and potentially give them a run for their money?
Well, the only thing Jamestown really can do at this point is do what Jamestown do best, and that's hit the 3-ball. They are a shooting team. We saw them a little bit cold yesterday against the Bruins for large portions of that game, so they're going to need to get quick, hot, and ready to go for this game.
Now, looking at LSU Shreveport, just looking at their NAIA ranks, they are unbelievable. They have a total of 8 rankings inside the top 10. They're number 1 in the country in scoring margin, number 2 in offense per game. They average 98 points per game, as well as their rebounds. They're a 3rd in the country with 45 rebounds a game, and offensively is where they reap the rewards. They get so many offensive rebounds a game. How do they stick to their game plan and come up with a win and leave Omaha successfully and head to Kansas City?
Now, we were looking at this game beforehand from the perspective of both of these teams, Jamestown and LSU Shreveport, and the only thing that I can really say about this game analytically and tactically between the two is you look at it, Shreveport and Jamestown, what they do very well is they score a lot of points. Defense can be good, can be average at times.
It's been pretty good all season.
It's been good, but not quite as good as their offense has been. So, to make matters as simple as I could possibly make them, today, the Pilots and the Jimmies, it's going to come down to, yes, I know, the very basics of basketball. Who scores more points than the other team? It is going to be electric. It's going to be back and forth. It's going to be a barn burner in the battle for the red banner.
Yeah, both these teams do a good job of scoring the basketball. And it's going to be a good one in front of us between Jamestown and LSU Shreveport. We'll have to see who will take the crown for this first regional and head to the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. We will take it down to the court now so we can get introduced to the starting lineups. We'll be back up in a minute.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska for the opening round of this 2021 NAIA Basketball National Championship featuring the Jimmies of the University of Jamestown. First, for the University of Jamestown Jimmies. At 5'9", number 0, Mark Jones. 8'5" guard, number 4, Will Murray. At 6'5" forward, number 15, Jeff Kelly. At forward, 6'9", number 33, Nathan Walker. And center forward, 6'6", number 50, Frank Work. That's the team, head coach, here's the starting lineup for the LSU Shreveport Pilots. At 6'2", star, number 0, Brandon Maddox. 6'1", star, number 3, DeAndre Washington. 6'1", star, number 5, Canadian Evans. 6'1", star, number 12, Helen Henry. 6'5", star, officials for today's game, Jack Curtis, Turtle Coach, and Brother Jordan.
And we are set to get action underway here at the DJ Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. The final game of our region. The winner of this heads to the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City to head to the round of 16. LSU Shreveport, led by their all-star Leandre Washington, 21.4 points per game, leading the conference. 41% three-point shooter, and then Kadavion Evans, also 19 points a game, 14th in the NAIA in steals per game. They have a lot of threats on this team. Everybody on their starting five creeping up on double digits per game. Only 11 guys listed on their roster. Small lineup, but everybody contributes as they are going to tip this one and recover the errant tip. Now Leandre Washington's going to get things set up here for Shreveport. And a quick three here from Jeff Boyd, and Jeff Boyd hits that one to start this game off, and he has been electric. 42% from three on the season. He's been in double figures 6 of the last 7 games.
What an opening there from the Pilots.
Now coming back the other way is, now it's Chose with it. Chose looking to get inside. Nice deflection. It's going to be recovered and saved in, so now only 13 on the shot clock. Chose has got to get going here. They're going to run a new set. Birch comes up and sets the screen. Gets it over to the corner, inside to Walters. Out to Chose. Wide open three for him. That one off the back iron, no good. And a rebound there from Brennan Maddox. Nice drive here from Washington, trying to find Maddox, and an offensive foul on Washington. Nice job by Brady Birch, sitting in the paint, taking that one through the chest, and after the missed basket, nice response on the defensive end.
Birch saw that coming from a mile away, set his feet in stone, and just waited for the contact. Good heads-up play by the big man.
Let's see if Jamestown can get their stud Mason Walters involved. Had a big day yesterday, 30 points. Averages 21 points per game, 12 rebounds, both lead the G-Pack. He comes up to set a screen here for Talley. Birch looking inside for Walters, over the top, they get it into him. Boyd's able to strip it, possession stays here. They do a nice job congregating inside when Walters catches. That time Walters brought it just a little bit too low and had it stripped.
Henry Jr. there trying to plead his case to the official that it went off Mason Walters' thigh last.
Walters is going to catch in the post. Help coming in, does not matter. Walters finishes the layup inside. He gets his first 2 of the day.
Yeah, and he's going to need to have a big day if Shreveport is going to be knocked off here by the Jimmies. Mason Walters is going to need to have himself an afternoon here at Sokol.
Kelvin Henry Jr. gets it inside. It's going to be Brennan Maddox. The fadeaway jumper, toilet bowl flush in for the bucket. Now a 3-point lead for LSU Shreveport. It's going to be Walters with it, getting over to Chose. Chose a 3-point stud for this team. Cords into Talley. Talley's going to work on Kelvin. The jump shot up and no good. Nice defense there from Kelvin Henry Jr. A drive here from Leandre Washington. Gets all the way inside, flips it up and in. Nice little arch on that floater. He gets his first bucket. Leandre Washington has been amazing for this team this year. Had a 40-point performance against Arlington Baptist University back on November 12th. Turnaround jumper, no good from Birch. Walters' offensive rebound's going to send him to the free throw line, and they're going to need more of that from him today if Jamestown's going to be in it.
Yeah, he's going to have a great day, and so far he has. I'm liking the patience that he's showing as well. He's not going up instantly trying to, set a statement early on by putting somebody on a poster or getting something to go with easy contact. He's waiting for them to go past. He's waiting for them up with a little fake, little pump fake, and then boom, right in on the easy layup.
Walters, 71% free throw shooter, misses the first. 7-2 right now. LSU Shreveport on top early on. Second free throw good for Walters. He's got all 3 right now for Jamestown. The Jimmies coming into this game with a 20-8 record. LSU Shreveport, as I said earlier, 1 loss on the season, 16-1. Jumper no good from Brennan. Now Chose gets it over to Walters, and a travel on Walters. I think he expected Cords to come up a little bit quicker, and the miscommunication forces a turnover.
Yeah, not quite as sharp as you would expect between the two of them. And Mason Walters was just a silly turnover to give it back to LSU.
Now it's going to be Washington getting him started, the 6-foot senior guard from Englewood, New Jersey. the McNeese State transfer, one of 2 D1 transfers on this squad. And the jumper up and good, and there's the other D1 transfer, Kadavion Evans, the Louisiana Lafayette transfer. Gets his first points of the game, and now a steal. It's going to be recovered by Boyd. Jeff Boyd in transition gets all the way to the rim, and it's blocked. Nice defensive effort there from Mason Walters getting back into play. Jeff Boyd just unable to get that one to go.
And Birch trying to argue with the official that there was a lot of contact on his drive on the previous possession, and he might have a case there. There was a lot of contact on the big man.
Washington inbounding it from underneath, and they're going to try to get into Boyd. It's going to be a turnover. Birch comes up with it, throws it out to Chose. Chose trying a little hesitation here. Talley looking inside, gets it to Birch. Nice flip underneath, and Walters is going to clean up. He's got all 5 for the Jimmies. 9-5 lead, just about 4 minutes into the first half. Leandre Washington gets things set up here. Gets it over to Boyd. Boyd 1.3 blocks a game. That's 20th best in the country. Now Brennan's going to take a 3, and he knocks that one down. That's Brennan Maddox. Big time bucket there. He's got another bucket in this one, and on the other end, Will Cord's reverse layup. Nice fancy work. Brennan Maddox off to a good start in this one. He's actually 7th in the NAIA with 3.67 offensive rebounds a game. Awkward shot from Leandre Washington. Maybe some contact, no foul called. Now Chose back the other way, getting a screen from Walters. Over to Talley, Jack Talley in the lane. Jump stop, pump fake, bucket good. 12-9 Shreveport on top of the Jimmies.
And they have had a nice response, Jamestown, in the last few minutes. LSU Shreveport has come out pretty electric in the offensive side. And for the Jamestown Jimmies to keep composed, keep the patience, and pump themselves back within one possession, it should be a very entertaining game.
Washington tried to pull up but lost the basketball. 8 on the shot clock. Here comes the drive. Kelvin Henry Jr. jumper in the lane. That one rattles around and in. The rim being very friendly to the Pilots so far in this one. Over to Talley, who's going to take a 3 from the left wing. That one off the iron, no good. Rebound Boyd. Coming back the other way is Evans. Evans is going to pull up from 3. That one off the mark, back iron, but there's Maddox with the rebound.
Maddox is going to have a tough day with Birch down low, defending him and keeping up with him in the offensive side of things. But just looking at Maddox, he has the physique for it.
And that's a turnover there. I believe it was a travel. And that frame really does do him favors. It's why he's one of the leading offensive rebounders in the country. Brennan Maddox brings a lot to the table for this LSU Shreveport squad. Now coming back the other way is Cords. Gonna try to get things set up. A good 3-point shooter on this team. They get it to Walters inside, right back. And a tough look somehow goes in. Nice job from Brock Schramm. Gets that layup to go. Now here come the Jimmies. Down by 3 again. 14-11 the score, 14-18 left here in the first half. Evans gets it off. The layup up, no good. Nice effort there from Akeem White. Cords off to Walters. Walters not really a 3-point shooting threat, but Chose is. That one off the back iron, no good. Cords with the rebound, back to Walters. Walters facing up, drives baseline. Little up and under, nice patience inside, but can't get the finish, and it's Boyd with the rebound. Boyd averages 7.5 boards a game. And he's already got 3 in this one. Washington, jumper, no good. Excuse me, that was Evans. Kadavion Evans, the native of Shreveport, the only native from the city of Shreveport. Like I said, was a Louisiana Lafayette transfer. That team, one of the better teams in the Sun Belt Conference every year. Now it's Jack Talley, left-handed drive, nice fake, gets it out to Cords. Cords had a chance for a 3, but now has to fall on the ball, loose on the floor, and it's going to be recovered. 7 on the shot clock, over to Talley, who's going to take the 3, that one off the mark. And there's Mason Walters, offensive foul, that was Schramm again. Brock Schramm getting in there, getting dirty, and coming up with the offensive board.
Stretching back to keep that one alive and get the foul as well. Excellent, tenacious play there down low in the post.
We're going to see Jack Talley come out of the game. Coming in is going to be Devin Proska. Proska had a solid performance yesterday in the win over Bellevue. And now the inbound almost stolen and a foul called. That's going to go against Trey Johnson. Got a little bit too aggressive on that inbound, and you can't afford silly fouls like that, especially on a team that only suits up 11. You see most teams nowadays suit up at least 13 to 14 players. LSU Shreveport on the shorter-handed side, but as I said before the game, 5 players averaging double figures this season. With what little they have, they definitely make the most of it. Chose. Now into the block is Walters. Nice skip out. Ping pass 3 from the top and connects. Mark Chose with his first connect of the day. 1 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 3 from behind the arc.
And we are all tied up.
Jamestown crowd showing their presence here. 14 all, 12:38 left in the first half. Over to Nate Levine. Into the block. Akeem White gonna go to work. Tough jumper from the short corner, no good. Rebound from Proska. Chose is gonna set things up after the big Trey last possession. Proska gets a screen from Walters. Cords, now Chose. Chose trying to turn the corner. Gets it to Walters, easy layup, but an offensive foul before. Nice job defensively before the shot went up, taking it through the chest, and just like that, Jamestown was about to take their first lead of the game. LSU Shreveport denies them.
Johnson with good heads-up awareness there, knowing what was coming, because Chose, while he did get the pass off, he still had momentum behind him, took that contact right in the chest. Not afraid to take the hit, take the bump, and get the foul.
Trey Johnson driving into the lane, tough left-handed floater off the mark, and Akeem White called for the foul. Akeem White, the 6'7" senior forward from Far Rockaway, New York. Transferred in from Texas Wesleyan. Has only played the last 8 games, missed the first 7 of the season, averaging 14 points a game, and has tacked on 6 rebounds a game. Has been a very good addition in the paint, as well as Maddox. Now the Jimmies look for their first lead of the game. Walter's going to get it tipped out. Stays there. Trey Johnson, nice ball pressure, especially against someone like Mason Walters, who's not a threat from that distance. You can get up and pressure him when he's behind the three-point line.
Yeah, he's not going to be one of those players that take it from deep. He's going to look to either pass it off or drive inside. So if you can get him pinned up from upside, you might have a chance to get it off him.
And Cords looking to get it out, does get it out. Excuse me, that was Wofford. Now into Walters. Walters patient with it, 7 on the shot clock, misses, puts it back. Nice tip in, collected himself after the miss, and puts it back in. That's 7 points for Walters early on in this one. 16-14, the Jimmies looking to advance with a 2-point lead. Pull-up jumper, off the mark. Royce Hunter couldn't get it to go. LSU Shreveport, 6 of 14 from the floor right now. Had a hot start, now a steal. Coming back in transition is White. Akeem White showing a little bit of finesse. The 6'7" big man gets the steal, goes over the top with the Euro step and finishes the bunny inside.
Fancy footwork there, able to get him inside of the paint. An easy 2-pointer there to tie this one back up at 16s.
Excellent effort there from White. The Jimmies almost lose it. Proska recovers. 13 on the shot clock. A drive here from Wofford, tough floater inside, that one off the mark, no good. Loose ball won by Chose, short corner jumper, yes. Mark Chose with another one, that's his first make from inside the 3-point line. He's got 5.
Chose is a shooting threat from beyond the arc, but showing there that he can go inside of the arc with an easy jumper as well.
Trey Johnson drives in, tough layup, that one denied by Walters, excuse me, that was Schramm. But possession stays here on the hustle effort from Chose. Tried to save it in, foot out of bounds, the Jimmy crowd on their feet. It has been an excellent last 4 or 5 minutes from this squad. They've really turned it on, and it's why they're on top by 2.
Schramm working at the post office this morning, returning that one back to sender. What a swat inside. Dominant display inside of the paint.
Now Kadavion Evans coming out of the game, and their leader, Leandre Washington, back in the game. He's going to inbound. Hands it back off to Washington, turns the corner, left-handed layup. They almost got a fingertip on it, but there's Akeem White with the putback. Can't get it to go. Akeem White typically makes those a very high, potent free or field goal percentage shooter. On the other end, Cole Wofford, no good. Rebound, Proska, 3 on the way, no good. Thought Chose was going to connect on that one, especially off the second chance. Now here's Washington. Rejects the screen from White, gets past 2 defenders. Layup, no good. Offensive rebound, foul on the floor, hard collision. Gets up quickly, heading to the free throw line. Nice effort there. The smallest man on the floor against 2 of the biggest guys on the floor, coming up with the offensive rebound there.
And he still almost got that second look to go. He was a dwarf among giants in there. He was just outnumbered, outmanned, outmaneuvered as well, but he was able to get up there and got the contact.
Definitely not out-willed on that play as he's heading to the free throw line, an 82.5% free throw shooter. Misses the first.
Who put the lid on the Pilots' rim today?
Yeah, the first 5 minutes they look to be on a roll, and it has been a cold stretch of shooting. Now 36% from the floor are the Pilots. But the free throw good, and a full timeout here. We will take a break with them. 18-17 the score. Jamestown on top with 9:41 left in this contest. We will be back in a moment.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community. At Clark University, we offer a variety of majors and minors to help you in your academic journey. Tap into your subconscious and consider what you love to do, what you are drawn to do, and what you excel at. Here, we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
Back here in Omaha, Nebraska at the DJ Sokol Arena. As Jamestown holds a 1-point lead, they've had a nice stretch of shooting led by Mason Walters and Mark Chose, a combined 12 of the 18 for the Jimmies so far. On the other end, Brennan Maddox with 5 early on, a bunch of other players with 3. We'll see if the Jimmies can extend on their lead this possession. It's Chose getting them started. Now some ball reversals to the other side. Left-handed drive from Wofford. Kicks it opposite corner. It's going to be a 3 from Cords. Will Cords hits a big one there. Now it's a 4-point advantage.
The shot was good. The pass was better. Baseline down into the corner. Thing of beauty there from the Jimmies.
Not a moment to panic if you're LSU Shreveport, but you got to get a bucket here. Jeff Boyd, step back. That's going to be a 2. Knocks it down. Jeff Boyd has had a tremendous season, 13 points a game, second team all Red River Athletic Conference. Screen coming from Schramm. Talley rejects it, still has it on the block. Gets it right back, going to work. Picks it up, tries to go underneath. That is patience at its finest, but can't get it to fall. Excellent job by Jack Talley. Now it's Boyd again. This time he takes another 3. That one off the mark. Maybe just a bit of a heat check there as Proska's going to give it off. Talley again. Inside. Looked like they wanted an offensive foul, and I believe that's going to be a foul on the floor. That's going to go against Maddox. Brennan Maddox tried to take that one through the chest. It was Brock Schramm trying to get in there for the layup. Couldn't get the bunny to go, but the foul called. Now Maddox trying to discuss with the official maybe something he can do differently next time to avoid the foul call.
Yeah, I think I might have just seen his left foot slip up a little bit there. He wasn't quite set. I think that's what the referee was motioning for there, just getting a block call and giving the Jimmies a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
4-low setup here for Jamestown into Proska, now to Walters. Just a lot of ball movement now, trying to see if they can make this defense work. Nice ball screen from Schramm, Chose with it. Into the block is Walters. You can see the double team looming, and there it comes. Walters misses the jumper. from just outside the lane. It's Kelvin Henry Jr. who advances up the floor. Now 3 on the way, no good. 3 from Kadavion Evans, just 104 to start this game. The second leading scorer on this team at 19 points a game, just behind Leandre Washington. Pull-up jumper, yes. Cole Wofford, nice job there getting that one to go, and now it's back to a 4-point advantage.
LSU Shreveport just need to calm things down a bit. They just need to see one go through. They are cold from beyond the arc. 2 for 5.
And now a tough look inside layup. Finally tried to get a good look, couldn't get it to go. Kadavion Evans with the miss. Wofford to Walters. Now skip pass, it's gonna be Chose. Pump fakes, gets around Washington. Stops, ping pass, outside, yes! Wofford again from 3. This time now it makes it 7-point lead for the Jimmies.
This was the Jamestown Jimmies team we were promised all along, folks. They are knocking down shots as they come. Leandre Washington can't pull one back.
We might as well be in Jamestown, North Dakota with the crowd right now. Everybody's into it here at the DJ Sokol Arena. Opposite pass, Leandre Washington almost got his hands on it. Layup, no good, but it's going to be last touched off the Jimmies. A missed opportunity to bring it to 9 points. On that play we saw, I believe it was Kelvin Henry Jr. fall on the play, which essentially made it a 5-on-4 in the half court. Layup no good. Now Washington brings it back, trying to regather for LSU Shreveport. They haven't played in a while. They won the RRAC tournament. They've had a very, very good season to this point. Obviously, their record shows, but right now in a bit of a trouble. Tough layup, still can't get the lid off the rim. It has been a tough half from the floor. 8 of 25. LSU Shreveport from the floor, and just 2 of 6 from behind the arc. Jamestown looking to build. Can they keep ascending? Praska finds Chose on the curl. Yes! Mark Chose with his 3rd 3 of the half, and we get a timeout.
10-point lead for the Jimmies, and the Pilots are rattled.
6:01 left here in the first half. We'll stay here through the 30-second timeout. 10-point advantage, their largest of the Jimmies. We talked about during the last break how LSU Shreveport can't panic. It's still a lot of game left, but now there's got to be a little bit of sense of urgency now that you're down double digits. Still over 26 minutes of game clock left, but obviously you have to emphasize playing much cleaner basketball.
Yeah, you absolutely just need to get cleaner looks. They're shooting ill-advised, contested shots that aren't necessary. There's plenty of time to get back into this, especially for a team that averages 98 points a game. This is an offensively capable team. You just need to slow down the tempo a little bit, get one to go, and open the floodgates.
Much like we saw in the Clark game earlier today. Clark, their average win margin, 18 points a game. For LSU Shreveport, it's almost 18. It's about 17.5. This team is used to winning big. Right now, trailing by a large margin. Washington finds Kelvin Henry Jr., splits some defenders, nice pass inside to Akeem White, and one finish for Akeem White. Trying to get him going. The big man has been excellent this year, 65% from the floor. He does a great job finishing in traffic.
Yeah, and he did a nice job there, not only to get the finish to go, but to get the contact too, to send him to the line for the and one.
White has played really smart basketball inside, rebounds very well for this LSU Shreveport team, but not a great free throw shooter. Just 38%, doesn't get that one to go. 5:38 left in the half. Jamestown trying to hold on to this lead and go into the break up against the 1-seeded Pilots. Almost loses it, Wofford recovers. Birch hands it off to Chose. Right now they're flying around trying to trap. It's Evans just sprinting, finding the ball. This is very organized chaos here from LSU Shreveport, trying to get some traps inside to Walters. 3 on the shot clock. Sam Chose deserves all the credit for that bucket, driving in underneath, finding Walters wide open at the rim.
What an assist. He was impossible to find, running around there like a jackal, and the block. They thought it was a charge. Leandre Washington going to the line.
Leandre Washington going in at about 100 miles an hour too. That is a big man that he just ran over, and he made it look like he was knocking over a domino.
Hey, when even a pebble is going the speed of light, it could blow up a planet.
A very, very good analogy. Where do you come up with these? I have that question for you.
That one was taken straight from the Star Wars Expanded Universe.
And now we get to Star Wars talk. Let's get back to basketball. Washington, free throw good. Has been an excellent free throw shooter this season for this squad. 82.5% at the line. He's 18th in the country in points per game. Walters for Jamestown, 14th in the country. Both of them very close to one another. Just 0.3 points separates their season totals in points per game.
9 points separate their two sides with 5 minutes to go in the first.
Chose with it. As Owen said, 31-22 the advantage for Jamestown. Drive from Praska. Kicks out to Chose. Can he get another one? No, he can't. Misses left. Henry Jr. the other way. Henry Jr. looking to go one-on-one. Goes baseline, loses it. That's going to be a travel. The ball got caught up on the right side of his leg. That's the 4th turnover for the Pilots. Both teams with 4 turnovers early on.
And the body language from the Pilots thus far has been dejection and desperation. You saw Washington's 3 there after the travel, and afterwards he looked almost disgusted with how this team has played in the first half.
Inside to Walters, double team looming. You can see Boyd waiting for it. Boyd backs off. Out to Chose. Washington trying to defend. Chose with 11 points already in this one. Now Walters goes to work. Double team coming from behind. There's Henry Jr. And it's going to be blocked, but a foul called on White. He is not happy about that one. Looked like he might have gotten a lot of ball, but against a guy like Mason Walters, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, and he got a lot of contact on the ball, but he also got a lot of contact on the man there. That's a good call, and that's a good win inside from Mason Walters. He wanted the and one, didn't get it, but he'll take the 2 from the line.
Walters 9 points in this game, 4 of 7 from the floor. 1 missed free throw already, and connects on that one. Right now, Mark Chose and Mason Walters, 21 of the team's 32. Second free throw up and connects. Back to 11. Washington needs to rally his troops right now. The Jamestown crowd trying to drain the energy from the Pilots. It's Henry Jr. going to set things up here, looking to go against Praska. Into White. White has to recover towards the three-point line, now going to work on Birch. Gets underneath, reverse layup, good. The athleticism to get around Birch. We saw the same thing with Isaiah Bates yesterday for Bellevue. Birch tends to be a little slower laterally, and players take advantage of that.
Yeah, they're able to get down to the baseline, get around him pretty easily. Birch, a very physical, very tall, very big player, but not the quickest. And if you can get that beat on him on the first move, it's almost a guarantee you'll have an open look.
Walters outside Washington, able to get a tip on it, can't come up with the steal. And now an unbelievable tray. That one off the right iron. A bit of a heat check there, but last touched off of White. Akeem White gives Jamestown a fresh 20 with 3:21 left in the first half, and the momentum still sided with the Jimmies.
Yeah, and Shows pulling up there from almost the parking garage.
That's something Chose will do on the game. 8 shot attempts, 7 of them are from behind the arc.
This may just be a former big man talking. Saw Birch catch it at the top of the arc. I really wanted the big man to take that 3.
Chose inside to Walters. Double team comes, rips through it. Still with it. Being patient, swatted away. 5 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get something here. Drive from Birch and a foul on the floor, but they're going to call it travel. Excuse me. Birch on the play just moves a little bit too much on that drive, and now 3 minutes to go. Still plenty of time for LSU Shreveport to chip away at this lead before the break. If you can get it within single digits or potentially take the lead, the momentum can be yours riding into the break.
Yeah, if you want it to be at about a single possession game, if you can't get the lead, you want it to be close.
Now Boyd's going to survey here, looking for White, gets it to him. Left-handed layup, up and good. That's 4 in a row for Akeem White. This one creeping back towards a good game. Actually, I take that back. It's been a good game the whole way, but now it's going to be a little bit more close in terms of the deficit, and Jamestown tries to respond, can't get the bunny to go. Washington with a real opportunity here to take advantage. Behind the back, pulls up from 3. That one off the mark, had White driving in the lane, and White looking at him knowing that he was wide open in the lane for a layup, and now a chance to swing it the other way. No good. Offensive rebound from Birch, and one finish. Brady Birch gets in there, gets dirty, gets the 2-point play for a chance for 3.
Big men come up with big plays in big moments, and what a move that was from Birch to swing the momentum back the way of the Jimmies.
Chance to get this back to 10 with just over 2 to play. Washington right now, you saw him look at his shoes a little bit, shaking his head. The body language not great right now from the Pilots, as the momentum just struggling to build for them. The free throw good from Birch, back to 10. Brock Schramm comes in for Birch after the made free throw.
Washington 1 for 6 from the floor, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc. The best standout player on this Pilots team, he has been quiet this afternoon.
It's been a good defensive performance from the Jimmies and a lot of forced shots here as Evans kicks it out. Nice look here from the corner. That one just can't go. But there's White. Akeem White with the offensive putback. That one no good. He's struggling to finish right now, but he is manhandling the interior. Don't mistake it. Cole Wofford would have had a 3-point opportunity, bobbled it. Now Walters with the finish, back to 12. And there is frustration looming on the sideline of LSU Shreveport. And on the other end, it's pure excitement and energy as Washington tries to end this drought, comes off a screen. Tough layup opportunity. They are just forcing shots now. It doesn't look like there's a lot of focus in terms of trying to get a good look. They just want to see something go in.
A lot of head rolling there from Washington. He is dejected. He knows that he's having a poor game. He's trying to break himself out of it by forcing these shots. Just take the simple look.
The Jimmies are winning right now because they're moving the basketball and playing as a team as we get one from Cords. No good. But right now it's kind of selfish basketball from LSU Shreveport, but that one a nice play and results in free throws. Nice outlet there from Akeem White, and great job by Washington. Nobody stopped him, got all the way to the rim. Nice transition offense there from LSU Shreveport.
Yeah, and he didn't have an option to pass it to. He was the furthest player forward for the Pilots. He only had one option, and that was to go for it inside of the paint. Got to the left-hand side of the rim and just was barely not able to get it to go, but he was able to go to the line.
Got kind of hammered on the play as well. Makes the first free throw. As we see all 4 players from LSU Shreveport waiting back here. Kind of an interesting move with 1 minute left in the first half. We don't see that a lot. Typically you have players trying to fight for offensive rebounds, especially because LSU Shreveport only 2 players with 2 fouls. So definitely some foul trouble, but not enough where I feel like you would take players out of an offensive rebounding opportunity.
A lot of trust in Washington, making sure they wanted to let him know that they knew he was going to make those 2 free throws. Just maybe a little bit of a non-verbal cue to one of their leaders that we still have faith.
Now less than a minute to go. 52 seconds. 10-point advantage for the Jimmies. Into Walters. Guarded by Maddox. And a travel on the play. That was a nice job by Boyd coming in to help. And that's a turnover, and all of a sudden, even though it's very, very likely that the Jimmies are going to go into the lead go into halftime with a lead regardless, you can still gain some momentum if you can get a few buckets before half if you're the Pilots.
Yeah, get a stop just like they did there with a quick turnover and get an easy bucket. Put this one back within single digits. 10-point lead, 35 left to go.
And now a screen to try to get a shooter open on the left wing. It's Evans. Evans now in the corner, spins. Nice pass outside. Boyd pump fake jumper from just inside the line. That's team basketball right there. That's how you score if you're going to play like the Pilots do. Very athletic, kick, shoot, get open looks. That's how you do it. Nice ball movement there, but can Jamestown get it back to 10? They're going to get the last shot here. They have played flawlessly offensively. Double screen for Chose. Looking for Walters on the roll. They get it to the corner. Praska to Chose. Splits defenders. The finger roll no good at the buzzer, and that will take us to the break. A little bit of momentum from the Pilots heading into the half from the nice bucket at the end from Boyd. 38-30 our halftime score. Jamestown on top of LSU Shreveport. We are going to take a quick break, and we will come back with some halftime analysis before we get our second half started. You are live here at the DJ Sokol Arena for the first round of the NAIA Men's National Tournament.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community. At Clark University, we offer a variety of majors and minors to help you in your academic journey. Tap into your subconscious and consider what you love to do, what you are drawn to do, and what you excel at. Here, we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
welcome back into the DJ Sokol Arena live from Omaha, Nebraska, as we are getting ready for the second half of action in our first men's game of the day. Jamestown Jimmies on top of the LSU Shreveport Pilots, 38-30. Now, Owen, looking at what we saw in that first half, obviously not the shooting performance we typically see from LSU Shreveport. Typically, they're about a 40% three-point shooting team. On that half, just 28%. Things were not usually what they are. They're a team that averages almost 100 points every time they step on the floor, just 30 at halftime. What do they do in the second half to get back doing to what they do best?
They just need to, we saw it at the end. They're moving the ball around. They get those open looks instead of playing hero ball and trying for the contested shots. Yeah, this is March.
We did see that at the end of the half. They started working as a team, and it worked out for them.
Exactly. They cut the lead down to a little bit. They started getting a little bit of momentum. Leandre Washington started coming more into the game, started to pick himself back up, and his team started to pick him up as well. We just need to see more of that. We need to see more of team basketball with these guys. At times, for the Pilots, it looked like a team of 5 individuals out there. With the Jimmies, it looked like an individual 5-man team that was able to just pick apart the Pilot defense. That was the difference, and that's why the Jimmies are up 8 at the half. If the Pilots can start playing more as a team, can start playing a little bit smarter basketball, get those uncontested looks, move the ball around, find open lanes, it should be a scintillating second half of action here at Sokol.
Yeah, I would say I do think that we are not done seeing what LSU Shreveport can do. They have some runs up their sleeve, and I think we're going to see some of that, and I really do think we could see it in the first 3 minutes. I think we could see them come out, trying to change the tempo a little bit, do what they do best, crash the offensive glass hard. We saw Keem White do a much better job of that in the second half. But then for Jamestown, you want to keep doing what you're doing. Mark Chose, 11 points. 3 of 8 from three-point range. Obviously, the shooting number is not exactly where they want to be from the three-point line, but Chose doing a good job setting the pace from behind the three-point line. And then obviously Mason Walters, 13 points on 5 of 9 from the floor. Those two pacing the way for Jamestown as they have an 8-point lead. We saw earlier today in our women's game, the 1 seed was down 5 at halftime. They came back to win pretty big. We'll have to see if LSU Shreveport wakes up from their first half slumber and maybe comes out ready to play against this tough Jimmy squad. We are going to see Jamestown get the ball to start this half, a chance to right out of the gates get to a double-digit lead.
And we're going back to my role as color commentator. I am loving the color of these Jamestown uniforms. They are clean. Something about an all black with just a tinge of whatever your main color is. That just generic type of all black with just the hint of orange, just the hint of red for the Mavericks here in town. It's clean, it's fresh. I am loving it.
And the black and the orange trim Jimmies get the ball to start the half. It's Tally. Over to Cords, back to Tally. This team did a lot with ball movement in the first half. Now it's Cords trying to start things off. That one misses long. Nice rebound from Evans. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, second half underway. It's going to be Washington getting us started for LSU Shreveport. Over on the wing, it's Washington. Blows by Chose. Jumper, no good, but here comes Evans. He grabs the rebound. Out to Henry Jr. Into the middle lane. Behind the back pass from Evans, and Maddox can't get the layup to go. Grabs the own offensive rebound, goes up again, misses again. This time it's recovered. It was such a great pass from Evans inside. Maddox could not get the bunny.
A lot of contact in there, though. They might feel aggrieved there with no call from the corner.
And that was Will Cords with a miss. That's 2 already, but he's gotten 2 good looks. Now Henry Jr. in transition. Cords tries to force him in the corner.
Might the Jimmies come to rue those missed chances? They're not going to do it this time round. Not on the same page, Henry Jr. and Washington.
You see some talking back and forth amongst the players of the Pilots. They're just trying to regroup right now. Mentally, it seems like they're not on the same page. Now we get another opportunity from Chose and the Jimmies. Cords gets it inside to Walters. The double team on the horizon. It doesn't come. Now jumper from Walters goes with the left hand, then a little flex to the sideline. The Jimmies are in business now, back up 10. Hasn't been very long since we saw this Pilots team play last. No good there. Offensive rebound off the miss was Washington. It stays here in Washington. clearly frustrated. The shot's just not falling for him this afternoon.
No, somebody put the lid on his rim. He has not been able to get a single drop of the bucket to go.
Washington's going to inbound, gets it into Boyd. Jeff Boyd, the second team all-conference player, goes up and under. Nice fake to create space, but can't get it to go. Foul, though, will send him to the stripe. They just cannot get those looks to go, and you wonder what kind of rust might be settling in. It's been 13 days since LSU Shreveport has been last in action where they won their conference championship game. First free throw good from Boyd. They beat Texas A&M Texarkana in the conference title game. We saw them play yesterday, and they did a good job shutting down Travion Cruz, as this team is doing a good job shutting down Washington so far today. 40-32 after the 2 free throws from Boyd. Now we see the sideline have a little bit more energy for the Pilots. Nice job, Henry getting back in the play, and he's going to force a turnover here. Washington came from behind with the double team, and that ultimately causes trouble for the Jimmies.
Yeah, and that was really well worked defensively down that wing. Like you were talking yesterday, the sideline acting as a barrier. You do not want to go down there if you are in traffic and under pressure.
Maddox to Boyd, and Walters kind of pushed over Washington getting through that screen. Boyd trying to go one-on-one here with Walters, and a foul on the floor. That's going to be Walters' first foul of the afternoon. He's got 15 points, pacing the way for Jamestown. Chose with 11, nobody else with more than 5. Cole Wofford has that 5 off of the three-pointer he made earlier in the first half. Washington with it, 17:40 left in the second half. Washington off a screen from Boyd to Maddox, who's going to take a 3. That one off the mark. Nice rebound from Walters. Jimmy's looking to get something going on this offensive possession now. Walters with it. Gets it to Birch. And Birch, nice vision, finding Cords in the corner, who drives baseline, opposite side. Wofford for 3. Yes! Cole Wofford with his second 3 of the game.
Big shot there from the corner. What a pass down low.
Cole Wofford and Mark Chose, the only 2 players with 3-pointers on the game, and they've made 5, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Excuse me, a travel. That's going to go against Evans. Kadavion Evans has just struggled in this one. 1 of 5 from the floor, just 2 points. The Jimmies with a chance to keep on ascending. Up by 11. Over to Walters. Now the pressure starting to amp up here from the Pilots. Akeem White guarding Walters inside.
Yeah, and you see White coming in with a lot of energy off the bench.
And that one good, nice fake to get White off of his feet. And a 13-point lead for the Jimmies. Washington off the screen from White, tries to split some defenders, now has to reset, but has a mismatch against Walters. Shot inside, nothing doing, just a lot of traffic. Possession stays here. I mean, when you're 6 foot going up against the 6'9" Walters, I feel like you have to have patience inside. You can't force that one all the time. I know the lane was there, but you have to understand the size disadvantage puts you in trouble, as now Cole Wofford gets on the floor and forces the jump ball. Akeem White frustrated. It was a great effort from Wofford, diving on the floor when what looked like LSU Shreveport was going to retain possession there.
Yeah, and this is just the tenacity of the Jimmies team. Possession does stay with the Pilots, giving them an opportunity with 12 seconds on the shot clock, but just disrupting the rhythm that we haven't seen much of it from the Pilots this afternoon, but what little we have seen, just disrupting it, diving onto the floor as they take a timeout, down 11 with 16 minutes potentially left in their season.
And we will take a full timeout with them, 16:06 left. We will be back in a moment.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community. At Clark University, we offer a variety of majors and minors to help you in your academic journey. Tap into your subconscious and consider what you love to do, what you are drawn to do, and what you excel at. Here, we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
.16:06 left here at DJ Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. Jamestown has been on fire since about the halfway point in the first half. They lead by 11, and we just got done talking about Leandre Washington. Not the ideal performance from him so far, 1 of 10 from the floor. He's had one game in single figures this year, and it was his very last game he played in the RRAC Championship where he had 9 points, and the struggles carrying over 12 days later today in Omaha as he is just struggling with 6 points right now.
Yeah, he really has not had a good day at the office with 4 of his 6 coming from the charity stripe. I'm not too sure what it is, if it's mentality, if it's focus, confidence, etc., etc. I'm not too sure. Whatever it is, if the Pilots want to get back into this game, they have got to get their leader back on track.
And now a 2-3 zone look here from LSU Shreveport. They throw to the short corner to Walters all the way from the top of the key, and a foul on the floor. Akeem White is not happy with that call. Leandre Washington having to calm him down. Now underneath it's going to be Chose inbounding. Mark Chose, 4 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. Now out to Wofford, wide open 3 and a miscommunication. They dodged a bullet there. Nobody went out to get the shooter. Evans had a disappointed look, but here's Evans on the other direction. Layup up and good. Nice job from Kadavion Evans. Now 3 of 7 from the floor with that bucket, and he's got 6 points. 45-36, back within 10, some full court pressure causing problems. And I'm not sure what they called there. I don't believe it was a 10-second violation, but they did stop play momentarily. The officials getting together to talk now. 15:21 left here in the final frame of action. The winner of this game advances to Kansas City to play in the round of 16. The Jimmy's sideline clapping a little bit. I'm not sure what the ruling's going to be.
Just trying to get in the head of the Pilots. I believe it was Henry Jr. trying to motivate the team before coming off with the substitution.
Not sure what brought him out of the game, but we will see Kelvin Henry Jr. head to the bench, and we will get a timeout. We'll stay here through the timeout. 45-36. Owen, nothing's really changed since halftime. Right now, we've still seen a bit of a struggle from LSU Shreveport offensively. They're not getting the looks they want, and when they do, they're just not falling. How do they address this? How do they come out of this timeout and get the looks they want offensively? Because right now, it seems like they're forcing.
Yeah, they're forcing it way too much. They just need a little bit more ball movement. They got plenty of time on the shot clock. The Jimmy's defense it's intense, it's tough to break down, but it's not impossible. This LSU Shreveport team is one of the best teams in the country for a reason. They can break down defenses. As we've seen, 98 points per game, and with 15 minutes left, I should say, only 36 points. It's been a poor performance. That you cannot dispute, that you cannot shake that. The Pilots have not played well today, but they're still in with a chance.
Plenty of time left for them to make a run. Still a 2-3 defense look, trying to pressure the ball a little bit, but when it gets to the middle, it causes problems, except right there. It's a turnover, just a miscommunication and not a great pass from Walters. An unfortunate mistake, but you can live with that because it's one of the rare mistakes you see from Walters.
Yeah, and Mason Walters has been one of the team's best players and one of the best players on the court out there today. He always is. He's a fantastic player. Nobody's perfect, though. You're going to make mistakes like that. Even LeBron turns the ball over.
Akeem White working in, almost gets blocked from behind, but a great finish. Had Schramm and Walters hugging him on that one, but still comes up with it. Now Will Cords, and we're going to see Mark Chose try to break this press. We've seen it a few times over the last 2 days, teams trying to put on the press to force turnovers, and we've seen it work. We'll see if LSU Shreveport can get it to work for them. More 2-3 look back into Walters, out. Now it's Cords in the corner. They keep working it in the middle to Walters. That time it's going to be stolen. Trey Johnson comes up with the steal, and now it's Evans. Evans tried to come up the floor and find somebody. This time he finds White inside. White's layup no good, but there's Washington. Gets fouled on the play. That's the second time we've seen the smallest guy on the floor use his willpower to get inside and come up with an offensive board.
It makes no sense how Leandre Washington has 4 rebounds on the day amongst the likes of Walters and Birch and Schramm. It makes he shouldn't be getting these offensive rebounds. Somehow, some way, the intelligence of the player to get up in the right moments.
Yeah, he has had a terrific day on the glass, but from the free throw line, it's been a day to forget. He's an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Right now, just 4 of 7, just above 50%, and that one barely goes in, hits off the front of the iron. But now it's back to 6. They've gotten a few stops with the zone defense look and the full court press as there Trey Johnson almost gets his hand on it again and forces another turnover. They're putting a lot of pressure on Walters far away from the basket. Now a 3 here from Chose! Mark Chose with another one from 3. That's his 4th of the afternoon.
Yeah, that one definitely would have been beyond the NBA logo. My goodness gracious, Mark Chose.
And now a 3 the other way from Evans. That's no good. It's a simple rule for Mark Chose. If he's inside half court, he's going to make it. Or he's at least going to have a chance to. Now into the middle of the paint is Walters. Faces up. Dribbles in. Now he's going to have opportunities for cutters. It's Cords. Free throw jumper, no good. Just rattles out. Now transition opportunity. Here's Washington. Pull up 3 in transition. That one misses short. Not a lot of arc on that one. Now a corner 3 is going to take it. That one off the side of the backboard. Last touched off of Cords. Cords got a hand on that shot. Jamestown crowd not happy with that one.
You saw that tip from a mile away, though. As soon as that shot went up, I knew that a player like Leandre Washington, as poor as he's been today, he's not going to miss something that horribly.
Leandre Washington is 57% from 3 over the last 3 games. You don't expect him to miss a 3 off the corner backboard, but that one goes there. That was going to be ruled a deep 2. So now it inches him a little bit closer, 48-41. Nice bucket there. We'll see the response from the Jimmies against this 2-3 defense. Chose was able to get a 3 a few possessions ago. Can he get another one here? He can! And that was Cole Wofford, but either way, it's been the Wofford and Chose show all game long. Full timeout. We'll take a break with them. Cole Wofford sends Jamestown into the timeout with a 10-point lead. We'll be back in a moment.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
DJ Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. Cole Woodford hit the big 3, sending us into that timeout. 51-41 the score. Jamestown on top. All 7 3-pointers for Jamestown in the responsibility of Chose and Woodford. Both of them have just lit it up from 3, and it is now a 10-point advantage for the Jimmies. 12:54 left. Owen, how does LSU Shreveport? It seems like every timeout they're down by about 10. What can they do to stop this attack from Jamestown? Every time we think they're going to maybe make a run, Jamestown comes right back.
They got to get the hands in the face and stop letting them take open looks from 3. This is a Jamestown team where they rely on the 3-pointer because they are very, very good at 3-pointers. You just got to put pressure on it. You cannot let players like Chose, like Woodford, anybody get an open look from distance. Nice move there through the middle.
Trey Johnson with the behind-the-back dribble, gets into the lane, gets the bucket to go. That's his first points of the afternoon, now 1 of 3 from the floor. Back to 8. Cross court, it's Cords. They drop back into their zone defense. Now they're trying to put a little bit of pressure on Walters in the middle of the paint. I like that move. Lob inside, slam dunk from Brock Straub. Comes in from the weak side and lets everybody know his presence is now felt. 53-43 off the oop from Schramm. Now a desperation 3 from Evans, ill-advised, no good.
That is an exclamation point on the Jimmy's performance this afternoon. Oh my!
Mason Walters catches at the top of the key, now at the free throw line, gets picked. It's going to be Evans recovering it. Evans has not had a great day from the floor, just 4 of 9. Now a 3 here from the wing, and that's a big connect from Royce Hunter. Timeout here, and now we're seeing Leandre Washington run out trying to get his team pumped, and that is a great teammate move right there by Leandre Washington. Despite how he's played, despite how his team has played, he's trying to rally his troops in a game that has definitely not gone their way.
Yeah, he realizes that there's not much that today he's been able to do from the floor. Poor shooting day for Leandre Washington, but what he can't do on the court, he needs to do off of it. That is great leadership right there, recognizing that, look, I may not have a good day. I want my team to have a good day if that's the case. He's pushing them. He's motivating them. And that is what it's going to take for Shreveport to come back into this game and see if they can advance to the next round. 11:45 to go, and you're only down 7. This is doable for LSU Shreveport. They just need to screw their heads on right.
The deficit does seem much bigger than it really is for LSU Shreveport. All game long, they've been trailing by about double digits. But at some points it definitely feels like it's much greater, which is a testament to the way LSU Shreveport has played. Even when they're at their worst, they're still a pretty hard team to beat. And they have been tough to put away in this one. Royce Hunter with a big 3 on the last possession. Now they're switching back to a man-to-man defense. They're going to see if switching it up maybe helps them out. Trey Johnson guarding Chose here. Chose in trouble. Gets it inside, now out. It's going to be Woodford 3. Excuse me, that was Cords, no good. But an offensive rebound. Now a loose ball. Walters with it. It's going to be won by Chose. Another look here. Will Cords with the missed 3, but they get another look. Cords again. 7 on the shot clock and a foul on the floor. That's going to go against Royce Hunter trying to battle inside. 53-46. Despite the missed defensive rebound from LSU Shreveport, they still have a chance to end this possession successfully. Into Schramm. Had a nice oop a few possessions ago. Now working on Jeff Boyd. And gets the bucket. Brock Schramm's got 6 points on 3 of 4 from the floor, and it's becoming a very, very loud venue, and the Jimmy's crowd is the focal point. Now here's Royce Hunter. Gets trapped in the short corner. Gets it out to Trey Johnson. Boyd steps back. Washington going one-on-one. Gets into the paint. Layup no good. Tries to grab his own miss off the knee of Washington. We're going the other way. 10:34 left in this game. The Jimmy's in control. Brock Schramm comes out of the game with a little bit of standing ovation after the SC top 10 dunk we saw from him earlier. More full court pressure here. And they're just going to walk it up. It's going to be Cord starting the possession. Trying to get this back up to double digits where the Jimmy's have been a lot of this second half. And then a jump ball. Nice job by the officials calling that one. Birch trying to go up with the layup, but just got tangled with a few Pilot defenders. Now it's going to be Chose inbounding underneath, another 4-low setup. They like to get it into the short side big. This time they're going to throw it up towards the top of the key to Birch. They're trying to get into Walters. They do. Walters goes up and slams it home. No backside help, and it turns into a big-time dunk. And the officials might be going over to give a warning. I'm not sure exactly what it was for. It might have been for hanging on the rim. I think it might have been for the kick of the ball after the play was over, or the push of the ball. They might just be warning the table that Mason Walters can't do that again. 10:05 left in this game. LSU Shreveport on the ropes. Down by 11. Tough jumper from Evans. No good. Rebound from Birch. LSU Shreveport gets a steal, though, and it's going to stay here. Nice defensive effort all the way back in their own territory, able to get a big steal. And now another look at a basket.
Yeah, but another example of just how poor they've been shooting from the floor. 21% from 3, 35% from the field goal range in your roundup. It's been not the day at the office the LSU Shreveport Pilots are used to.
It's going to be a box setup here with 2 players at the free throw line. It's going to be inbounded to Trey Johnson. Now to Washington. Into White. And that's going to be a travel on the play. I did see that one. He shuffled his feet before he made his move. 57-46, and the Pilots cannot catch a break. Right now, Akeem White, the leading scorer with 10 points, gets the turnover there. The Jimmies trying to advance to the Municipal Auditorium and play in Kansas City in the round of 16 with a win today. Facing a team that has faced 1 defeat all season long. The Jimmies lost in the GPAC tournament to a very, very good Concordia squad. Excuse me, oh, big three-pointer there. That was Woodford. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 14-point lead for the Jimmies. But a nice response in transition. LSU Shreveport not going out without a fight, but the Jimmies trying to close the door. I correct what I said before. They lost to number 23 Northwestern, 74-69 in the GPAC tournament. Received one of the at-large bids, and the layup good for Cords. It is starting to get ugly now. They can get buckets whenever they want on offense, and Birch takes one through the chest. Offensive foul. We are going the other way, and the Jimmies are in the driver's seat.
Perfect post move there from Birch. Got himself set and tumbled like a birch tree when chopped down, getting the call to go.
3 points, 5 rebounds on the day for Brady Birch. 62-48. They get it into Cords, no trap in the corner, they're gonna walk this up. Chose being guarded by Nate Levine. Woodford with it. Tries to turn the corner here. Tough jumper on the way. Off the back iron and good. This rim wants the Jimmies to come away with a win. That was a friendly roll. Tough layup inside. Good the other way. Kadavion Evans doesn't want this game to end quite yet. Cuts it back to 14. And the inbound's going to be tipped and stolen. Trey Johnson going to get fouled off of the steal. Just a dangerous inbounds pass with 8 minutes left. Having the lead you have, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, but at the same time, they didn't have any short passing lanes open. The Pilots doing a nice job flying cover and just making sure there was nothing doing there for the Jimmies underneath their own rim.
Now we're going to get a chance here from the Pilots to bring it back to 12 or 11. Kadavion Evans gets us started. Hands it off to Levine. Now some dribble handoffs on the perimeter. They tried to get a back cut there. Nothing doing. Trey Johnson. Now Henry Jr. working inside. Gets in the paint. Nice dump, but it's going to be stolen by Birch. 2 big defensive stops from Birch. And the LSU Shreveport coach getting a little bit upset now. Baseline drive, kicks out opposite. Cords with a pass, and it's going to be recovered by Woodford. Almost lost it. And a lot of defense, and that's going to be a foul and a good one there. A lot of suffocating defense, but Trey Johnson almost with a little bit too much suffocation. That one a foul there.
And he realized immediately, nodded over to the bench and to the coach, knowing, like, yeah, that one's on me, guys.
Nice pressure there, especially being down. You need that kind of pressure, but you need to be smart about it.
Not in foul trouble, though, Johnson. He had the space on the stat sheet to take that one.
Birch with a nice fake handoff, tried to find Walters inside. Had a good start to the play, not a great finish. Kadavion Evans the other way. Goes behind the back, through the legs. Splits defenders, gets inside, loose ball recovered by Levine. Kind of a chaotic start to the set.
Not sure how that wasn't called as a travel.
Now Levine gets inside, and the coach wanted to travel. That may have been one. Now Maddox offensive rebound, gets him in the air. Layup no good, but free throws coming up. Nice pump fake from Maddox to get him up in the air, and he'll get free throws.
Maddox, one of those guys that's patient, intelligent down in the post, knew exactly what to do to be able to create enough space to go up for it and get the call.
Jamestown's head coach did not like that last call Wanted a walk on the play. Oh, and what's the saying I like to repeat? Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Missed the free throw there. The travel not called does not matter. Free throw doesn't go for LSU Shreveport.
I was trying to think of all the ridiculous things you've said over my years of being your friend.
You know what? That was kind of on me. I set myself up for that one. I should have been a little bit more clear when I specified what my saying is. One of my important basketball sayings.
There we go.
Ball don't lie, but the second free throw good from Maddox. LSU Shreveport needs a stop here. It's Chose. Screen from Birch. Nice defense from Maddox to get out there. Now it's Woodford. Woodford working. Screen from Birch. Nice pressure finds Birch on the roll, and that pass from Woodford was brilliant. Finding him on the roll, and Birch finishes the bunny. Birch has 5 points and 5 rebounds in this one. Has great contribution, and on the defensive end has come up big over the last few minutes for the Jimmies. Now Evans is going to reset here. The 6-foot senior from Shreveport. Now 3 on the way, no good. This one starting to get interesting as it's winding down and the Jimmies still in control. Maddox, a bit of a frustration foul there. 15 points the advantage with just over 6 to play. Jeff Boyd going to come back in for Shreveport. As I was mentioning before, Kadavion Evans, the lone Shreveport native on this team, does not want to see the season end here, especially with the near-perfect performance we've seen from the Pilots this season. I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, but one loss for this team. It was a 71-69 loss to LSU Alexandria. Since then, perfect. Drive here from Cords. Fake pass, 3, yes! Jack Talley with the bomb from long range and the fake to set it up. And now a block coming back the other way. It's going to be Birch picking up that one. Washington wasting no time on the other end, but Owen, this clock is winding down and the Jimmies just keep building on their lead.
Yeah, the time ticking down for the Pilots if they want to make a comeback in this. The Jimmies grabbed the lead in the first half. I wasn't sure how long they were going to be able to hold on for. I thought it was going to be a back and forth, lights out shooting display from both sides, but it has been the Jimmies all day long, and Leandre Washington struggles from the free throw line. Just kind of an exemplification of what we have seen today from the Pilots. Only 5 for 9.
Now 6 of 10 from the free throw line with that one. Just 1 of 13 from the floor. It has been a day to forget for Leandre Washington, but still some time left to make a run. Down 17. Jamestown looking advanced to the round of 16. Tally in the corner. He's going to hand it off to Chose. Birch kicks it out. Woodford drives in high off the glass, and Woodford gets it to go. The buckets aren't stopping here, and the lead back to 19. The Jimmies look fit to play in Kansas City. But a big jumper there from Evans. Evans has a team high 14 points on 7 of 15. He started to pick it up lately as Woodford's going to get a setup. Chose kicks it to Cords. Some pressure in the backcourt here. Chose with it. Just trying to manage the clock and move around. Will Cords with the jumper from just outside the free throw line. Back to 19.
Jamestown shooting 53% from the field this afternoon. It has been electric.
It has been electric to say the least for this Jamestown team. Tried to find Birch on the roll, couldn't get him. Now coming back the other way, still up 19, 4 minutes left. LSU Shreveport trying to extend their season. That one a block and an and one finish. Kadavion Evans starting to heat up a little bit. Now back to 50% from the floor, 8 of 16. And he's got 16 points.
Yeah, Birch thought he'd done enough to get the charge there. Good call, going against the big man. That's going to be Birch's 4th foul today. He's going to head to the bench.
We're going to see Brock Schramm come back into the game. Had the highlight dunk earlier, and Leandre Washington coming out again. Washington, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 1 of 14 from the floor. Now Evans is going to set up for the free throw. 3:57 left in this contest. Free throw good. More full court pressure here. They're finally able to get it in, and it's tally. Double team coming from behind. They handle the pressure with grace. Cords is going to slow it down. Screen coming from Walters. Excuse me, that's Schramm. Walters in the other corner. Over the top, that's going to be a turnover. Levine comes up with it. Evans bringing it back the other way. Cross to the other corner. Royce Hunter for 3. Yes! Royce Hunter with a big one now, 2 for 3 from 3 on the day. I believe we're going to stay here through the timeout. No, we will not. Full timeout. We'll take a break with them. 73-60 when we come back from the break.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
And City up 3-0.
DJ Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska. We are back as the Jimmies looking to close this one out in the final 3:27 and advance to the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City to play in the round of 16. Meanwhile, LSU Shreveport just trying to make this a game. Royce Hunter hit a 3 before we had the timeout. Now has a chance to come back and get a stop defensively. A full court man-to-man press here from LSU Shreveport. They get it into Walters. Chose is going to have to try to work this press, but pressure coming as Boyd comes up for the double. And a blocking foul called. Nice effort there from Trey Johnson.
That's his 3rd of the day, not quite in foul trouble yet.
Now they're going to inbound it from the sideline, not quite in the bonus. Still a few away from free throws.
But a pretty clean game, all things considered, between these two sets.
Not a lot of fouls called indeed. And it's been a great shooting day for Jamestown. They haven't needed a lot of free throws to get the job done, and a foul called on the trap. You have to like the aggressiveness here from the Pilots, as it is desperation time. They need to have a sense of urgency, and now free throws are coming. It's going to be Mark Chose at the free throw line. 5 of 11 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. Has added 2 rebounds and 4 assists. Mark Chose has been excellent in Omaha. Was big in the win yesterday over Bellevue, has been even bigger today. Chose and Woodford have combined for 7 of the team's 9 3-pointers in this one. At the free throw line to try to extend this to 15.
Washington and White coming back in.
And in the meantime, it's going to be Levine and Johnson coming out of the game. 3:14 left in this contest. Chose with a chance to really put the pressure on. Knocks the first one down. That's just his first free throw of the game. Only 6 attempts on the game from the entire Jamestown squad, compared to 16 for LSU Shreveport. Second free throw off the front iron. It's going to be into the hands of DeAndre Washington. Now Evans will bring it up. Over 3 to play. Washington inside. It's going to be Akeem White. No good. Less than 3 to play. The pressure is on the Pilots. The 1 seed in this region, 1 loss all season, 2 losses looming.
This is the most important loss of the season if it were to go against the Pilots. Down 14 with less than 3 to go. Crazier things have happened in March basketball, but it's not looking like it's going to be the day for the Pilots to come back the way they've been shooting.
We'll have to take a look and see, especially if the free throws continue to not fall for Jamestown. They need this one, and they get it. Kadavion Evans with a big one. The Shreveport native does not want to see this season end. Down to 12. Cords playing tough against Washington. Nice behind the back dribble to avoid the steal. Jeff Boyd coming in there, and then a foul from behind against Washington.
That's Washington's 4th of the afternoon. He's going to be in foul trouble, but do you keep him out there?
I feel like at this point with 2:28 left, it'd be silly to take him out of the game. He's your leader. He's your general. Although he's had a tough night, he's the guy that's been your guy all year long. 4 fouls or not, there's not enough time left in the game to really take that into consideration. If I'm LSU Shreveport, I keep him in the rest of the way and just tell him to play as hard as he possibly can. If that results in a 5th foul, it results in a 5th foul. The lead now up to 13. Walters now comes out of the game. The 2 bigs are going to be Proska and Birch in the game.
That's the last we see of Mason Walters. He is 1 rebound shy of the double-double. 9 rebounds, 19 points, 2 assists, 4 fouls.
Had a very good day for himself. Averages 21 on the season. Had 30 yesterday against Bellevue. Trey Johnson kicks it out. They're going to need one. Jeff Boyd double teamed off the screen. They get it to Washington. Nice defense from the Jimmies. They force an awkward one, and Birch with the rebound. That is creeping more towards a complete game. The Jimmies now just need to make free throws the rest of the way and not turn over the basketball, and it looks like they will be the team advancing to Kansas City. Brady Birch heading to the free throw line. A nice day for him. 2 of 3 from the floor. 5 points and 6 rebounds to go with 2 assists. Knocks down the first free throw. Up to 15 now for the Jimmies. Make it 16. 78-62. LSU Shreveport with 2:08 to make this a game. Trey Johnson wanted the tray, couldn't get the look. 3-point look from Washington. Finally gets one to go from behind the arc. Now 1 of 7 from 3, 2 of 16 from the floor.
Is it a case, though, of too little, too late?
We'll see if they can somehow, some way put together a last-second furious rally. 153 is not necessarily out of time. Down 13, they just need to get it going now. First free throw good. Woodford on the day, 16 points. That's second best on the team. 3 of 6 from 3, 6 of 10 from the floor. Gets the second one, now 17 points. And we'll get a timeout and a full one. We will take a break with them. 1:53 to go, 80-65. Jamestown looks to advance to Kansas City. We'll be back in a moment.
Diverse and inclusive involvement opportunities are abundant at Clark University. Discover your perfect fit in one of our 20-plus student clubs and organizations or one of our 21 athletic teams. Here we are a family. We are one Clark, one community. At Clark University, we offer a variety of majors and minors to help you in your academic journey. Tap into your subconscious and consider what you love to do, what you are drawn to do, and what you excel at. Here, we are a family. We are one Clark, one community.
1:53 left in our first men's competition of the day between Jamestown and LSU Shreveport. Jamestown on the verge of advancing to the round of 16 with a win today. Up 15, 1:53 to go, and what a performance it's been for the Jimmies in a game where things looked like early on they might be difficult for Jamestown. They've looked great.
Yeah, they've capitalized on a poor Pilots performance by having one of the performances of the season. 53% from the field, 39% from three. Some big performances from the likes of Mason Walters, Cole Woodford, Will Cords, and Mark Chose.
And that's going to be an offensive foul on Leandre Washington. So we're going to go the other way.
Washington's night is done here in Omaha. 2 of 16, 1 for 7 from the floor, 6 for 10 from the charity stripe for a total of 11 points.
And you hate to see it, just considering how amazing of a season he's had and what he's done for this LSU Shreveport team. To see him have such an off night, 2 of 16 on his last game of the season, just a tough way to end. We saw him, kind of put a towel over his head when he initially sat down after fouling out. You can tell that frustration is probably going to eat at him for a little bit, and it's just too bad because he's such a great talent.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player, and we saw it in glimpses tonight. I just wish we would have been able to see more of him, because if he's on fire, if this LSU Pilots team were, just a little bit sharper, this would have been a barn burner of a game, a slobber knocker, in the words of Jim Ross.
Slobber knocker? I don't like that word. I don't like you using that word.
WWF legend, or I should say WWE legend, Jim Ross, one of the greatest commentators in any sport, in any respect.
You can't make an argument that any WWF commentator is one of the best of all time.
Yes,
it's
I can.
Fake wrestling.
Absolutely, I can. Jim Ross.
Whatever. You can have your opinions. In the meantime, Jamestown looking to close this one out, up 15. Can't get the first one to go. That's Woodford at the line. Woodford has had a fantastic day, second on the team with 17, only behind Walters. Second free throw good. Up to a 16-point advantage, less than 1:40 to go. Drive from Evans, layup good. See if they can get something with a stop here. Able to get it in to Cords. Cords is going to head to the free throw line here, and we're going to get free throws the rest of the way. $11 points on the day for Cords. 4 of 9 from the floor. Now 3 of 3 from the stripe. And a lone three-pointer on the game. And that second one no good. 15-point advantage, less than 1:30 to go. Evans trying to go one-on-one, tough three-point look. That one off the right iron, no good, and a rebound to Birch and a foul right away. That's going to be Kelvin Henry Jr., and they're going to go back to the free throw line. And what looks like this one is a done deal. The Jamestown crowd on their feet, knowing that they are going to be the team heading to Kansas City next week. In the meantime, Brady Birch is going to try to close this one out, and a great day he's had. Also on the verge of a double-double. 7 points and 8 rebounds for him. First free throw good. 83-67, 1:18 left in this contest. Jamestown gets the second one. 84-67, LSU Shreveport has had no answer. 3 there, no good. And a rebound here. They're going to bring it out and hold it. It's Woodford. And a foul right away with 1:07 to go. You wonder how long LSU Shreveport's going to foul with Jamestown. Now pretty much has closed this one out. The nail is in the coffin. And it looks like that's going to wrap up LSU Shreveport's season.
17 points, 67 seconds left on the clock.
Free throw good from Woodford. Now 19 points for Woodford. That ties a game high. Almost a 20-point advantage for Jamestown now. You would not have expected that before this game. 67 points as a team for LSU Shreveport, now 70 with a big 3 there. And the officials getting together, I think. Well, never mind. I thought there may have been a foul called, but it looks like they just stopped play to talk momentarily. Not sure what it was over, but we're going to get back to the action here. 16-point advantage. Jamestown looking to close this one out. They're struggling to get it in a bit. Now they do get it in. And a foul right away. It's going to send Proska to the free throw line. Proska, the only player for Jamestown that's played today that has not scored a point. Every other player that has checked into the game has scored in the score column. So now just a bit of pride here for Jamestown to see if they can get all their players in the column. Less than a minute to go. This one just creeping to the finish line. Approaching an hour and 40 minutes of game time. Air high fives to people in the lane after the first make. 56 seconds left. Jamestown going to wrap this up. Misses that one short. Maddox out to Henry Jr. Three-pointer and a foul on the 3, as if this game could not finish up any slower. Jamestown trying to give LSU Shreveport chance after chance. And you could even hear on the sideline, don't foul on the three-point look, and they still pick up the foul there.
That was from the sidelines? I thought they could read my mind.
Your conscience is just so loud and amplified that they can hear you down on the floor. It seems like that would be the case, wouldn't it? Tough look. And now 3 free throws from Henry Jr. in a game that is all but over.
You appreciate the tenacity laid on from Shreveport, not to say die, but with 51.2 seconds to go, I don't think they're going to be able to get a 15-point deficit wiped away.
Let's see what the free throw can do here on the day. 2 of 2 from the line. Henry Jr. now 2 of 3 with the miss. Looks like we're not going to see any fouls, just straight up defense, but still some shot clock on the clock. LSU Shreveport still trying to maybe force a turnover, but Jamestown nonetheless is going to close this out. Here at DJ Sokol Arena in Omaha, Nebraska, they're going to call a timeout just for subs. So play will not stop. They're just going to get the reserves in the game, and the Jamestown faithful letting the starters hear it. What a performance they put on today, en route to a huge win over one of the best teams in NAIA.
An unbelievable performance, a day that will go down in the history of the Jamestown Jimmies program. Double-digit figures from Mark Chose, Will Cords, Cole Woodford, Mason Walters. Even Brady Birch 1 point shy with 9.
LSU Shreveport, the number 3 team in the country. Deep 3 from the reserve. That one no good from Tanner Slag. Tried to get his moment here in the NAIA tournament. Now 3 from Maddox. No good. Maddox gets the tip, takes another look. That one hits. 87-75, trying to make this one respectable, but that will do it. The Jamestown Jimmies have taken down the number 3 ranked team in NAIA and will advance to the Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City to play in the next round of the NAIA tournament. And that will do it for our coverage of this game. Jamestown with a 12-point commanding victory against one of the best teams in NAIA basketball. For myself, Matt Kergel, and for Owen Godberson, we thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned at 5 o'clock. We have our next women's game between Providence and Dakota State. That game already sold out here at DJ Sokol Arena. Should be a great one. Stay tuned at 5 o'clock. In the meantime, thank you so much for tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen,